When you head to cast your ballot, you'll be voting on a new governor to lead the state. You've seen all those ads supporting and attacking each candidate. We spoke exclusively with each of them to get beyond politics. Earlier this evening, you heard from Republican candidate Adam Laxalt. Now, here's Steve Sisolak.
Now, how long does this take to get an appointment to come here?
We first tagged along with Commissioner Steve Sisolak's tour of the Culinary Health Center.
All of your prescriptions are going to light up in purple.
Asthma, high blood pressure, diabetes are pre-existing conditions. If you can eliminate somebody's availability to get health care coverage because of that, that speaks volumes. I mean, we can't allow that to happen. Too many people are dependent on making sure that they are covered for their pre-existing conditions.
Health care is one of Sisolak's main campaign priorities.
You know, we need to be on the forefront of this in terms of providing medical care and providing coverage, and it can be an economic engine as opposed to an economic drain.
Education is another. Nevada ranks among the worst in the country in both. And how do we turn education around?
Well, education, the first thing you need to do is we have to pay teachers more money. I mean, there's no two ways about it.
CCSD says that already right now we have a budget deficit. How can we afford to pay more money?
Well, we're going to have to start looking at CCSD's prioritization of things. I mean, we've got a lot of deans and associate deans and assistant deans and regional deans and vice principals and principals, and I need more money in the actual classrooms. And there is money that needs to go into education. The marijuana tax money, when we passed legalized marijuana, both medical and recreational, the rule was, the promise was, when folks voted on this, that the taxes would go to education. That didn't happen. We need to get it in education.
Then we went to Cardenas Market.
Did you tell your mom about me?
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did tell my mom.
Oh,
I
no.
did tell my mom. I swear. My mom was 92 yesterday.
The Democratic nominee has said he's fiscally conservative, socially liberal.
Hey, why do you want to be governor?
Well, you know, I spent 10 years on the county commission now, and it's been a good 10 years. I've enjoyed myself. We've got to fix some problems. We went through some really tough times in Clark County, the worst recession ever. And we had to do some hard things. I never wanted to lay off anybody, but we had to. We had to lay off several hundred people. We had to cut budgets. We had to cut programs. But we came out of it. We came out of it because we worked hard. We came out of it because we made sacrifices and we worked together. And there's too much divisiveness in politics right now. There's too much far right and far left. There's a center and there's a compromise, and that's where I want to be.
The Wisconsin native moved to Nevada to get his master's degree at UNLV.
Originally, I wanted to be a basketball player. I wanted to play basketball, and that didn't work because I wasn't good enough. And then I wanted to be a golfer. That didn't work either. So then I just wanted to own a business, and I did. I owned a business. I got to employ people, and that was fun. And I really enjoyed what I'm doing. But I've been very, very fortunate. I've been blessed to have such a good life, have 2 kids, and I want everybody to have the same kind of opportunity.
Ashley and Carly Sisolak live here in the Valley and campaign for their dad.
I've got the 2 best daughters anybody could ever ask for. We went through a lot of things together. We went through tough times together. We went through good times together, but we were together. That's a common thing there. I was out at the construction site for the stadium, and the young man was driving by in a water truck, and he jumped down and he said, "I recognize you." And I shook his, he said, "Can I shake your hand?" I said, "Of course." He said, "I want to thank you. This is the first job I've had in 18 months. And let me tell you something, if that doesn't affect you, you just don't have a heart." And it affected me, and that's what I want to continue doing.
This isn't the first time we've seen you get emotional.
No.
You kind of wear your heart on your sleeve.
I do. It's more than politics. This is about families. When you see these folks and you see how hard they're working to provide for their families, that's a beautiful thing, and we need more of that.
Early voting continues through this Friday, November 2nd. Election Day is next Tuesday, the 6th.